Donald Trump was pushed recently, asked about why he didn't back the bipartisan border bill. And he comes out, he says it was a phony bill, you didn't need it, it was unnecessary. As president, you have extreme power. If you say the border's closed, it's closed. That's it. That's all you need to do. Does he think the border is like your front door? You shut the door and it's done? There's almost 2,000 miles of border, most that don't have any sort of gate or a barricade. And I know he wanted to build that big, beautiful wall and have Mexico pay for it, which never happened, and most of it never got completed. And the parts that he either did complete or try to rebuild have collapsed. But how do you just shut it down by saying it's closed? It's not like a big, giant gate. We don't have a 19,000, 2,000 mile gate that he can just shut. There's all kinds of ports of entry. And does that mean he would say nobody in, nobody out? He doesn't give details. He just says, tell them to do it, and they'll do it. That's not how anything works. He doesn't understand a bit of this. They had a bipartisan border bill that would restrict immigration. It would shut down certain ports. There would be additional funding for judges and getting asylum cases heard, etc. We are required under treaties to deal with asylum cases. But Donald Trump doesn't care about treaties and things like that. And, this was a bipartisan deal that gave Republicans almost everything they wanted. But because Donald Trump wanted to run on the border, they shot it down. They said, nope, not doing that. He doesn't understand even something this simple anymore. His brain is gone. He's clearly suffering from some kind of dementia if he thinks that you can just say the border's closed. In fact, Joe Biden tried to do just that. He passed some executive orders to do the things that were in the bipartisan border bill. And Republicans were trying to sue and stop him, saying an overreach of presidential power. So on one hand, you have Donald Trump saying you have extreme power as president to do these things, but then when a Democrat does them, you have Republicans trying to sue and stop it. It makes no sense. He doesn't understand how the border works. He just says things like this because he knows at least a certain percentage of the population is going to go, oh yeah, that makes sense. The president can just do that. And if it was so easy, why didn't he do it last time? Because he doesn't care. And he's not able to. He tried to backdoor his way into funding the wall, but he couldn't do that either because Congress must appropriate funds. And there was all kinds of lawsuits blocking access to the money that he was trying to use because he wasn't doing it by any way that was passed by law and it wasn't legal. So he doesn't know how this works, but he's going to say, I can do it easy. It's just, you just say it and it's done. It's not how it works. That's not how almost anything works. And like everything else, his concepts of a plan aren't even really concepts because they have no basis in reality.